So you're thinking about moving to Portsmouth, Rhode Island? Well, in today's video, we're going to highlight the River Hylands neighborhood. This is a phenomenal neighborhood here in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Rhode Island, subscribe below, tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Rhode Island. My name is Devin, and my team and I, we get calls and texts every single day from people just like you, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can help you make a smooth transition here to Rhode Island. So check out this neighborhood we're in. We're in the River Hylands neighborhood, and really what defines this neighborhood is from Leapers Road to Bayview Avenue to Fairview Lane, and that's what's really going to identify this neighborhood. Now, what type of price points can you expect over here? Well, the price points are going to be between $850 and $1.2 million. One thing and one major highlight, as you can see behind me, a lot of the homes in this area are going to have beautiful views of the Sakonnet River. What I also like about this neighborhood is every property, if you notice around me, has a fair amount of space on their property. And this is a family-oriented neighborhood. It's got a great school system out here. So location-wise, you're gonna be about 15 minutes from Newport, 10 minutes from Middletown. If you're heading out towards Bristol, that's gonna be about 10 minutes. And if you're heading out to Providence, that's about 30 minutes. The negative of this neighborhood, and I've always said it about the Portsmouth neighborhoods, is you have East and West Main Road. And those are two well-traveled roads, and you have to be careful driving those roads. So that's some of the highlights of this neighborhood. And we thought for ourselves here on the Living in Rhode Island channel, who better to talk to than somebody who actually lives in this neighborhood? And this is Jason. He's one of the top lenders here in the state of Rhode Island. So Jason, what I want you to do is I want you to tell all the viewers that are looking from out of state or thinking about moving to Portsmouth, Rhode Island, what do you love about this neighborhood? What do you hate about this neighborhood? Just give us the good, the bad, the ugly. Tell the viewers what they can expect living here in the River Hylands neighborhood.
Happy to do it. And thanks for visiting with me today, Devin.
No worries.
Everybody, welcome to River Hylands. I've been here about 3.5 years.
Yep.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's a very quiet neighborhood. We're well off East Main Road, which, like you alluded to, is heavily traveled.
Yeah.
But the beautiful landscape, right? The views of the ocean.
Yeah.
There's a terrific sense of community.
Yeah, over here.
Initially, like you mentioned earlier, my wife and I, we moved here for the school system.
Mm-hmm. How many kids do you have right now?
So there's two.
Okay, two
I think
kids.
We're stopping there. Four, and 6.
Okay. So you initially moved out here for the school system. And how has your experience been with the schools out here in Portsmouth?
So far, so good. It's been quite good,
in
fact.
So those that have kids and have a family, that's a really big highlight of Portsmouth. That's why a lot of people actually move from Newport and Middletown, and they come out to Portsmouth because they want to get into the school system.
Absolutely.
What are some other highlights about the neighborhood that you love, or why you love living here in the River Hylands neighborhood?
Yeah, so a very tight-knit community.
Yeah.
Our kids play with the neighbors here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of children in this neighborhood.
Yep.
Which is really good for our kids.
Yeah.
But it's safe, Devin. You know, you never see cars speeding by.
Yeah.
It's very quiet. As you can see, there's no street lights, so at night we get a terrific
no power
moonrise.
lines either, which
no
is
power
nice.
lines. We get a terrific moonrise over the Sakonnet.
Yep.
At night, we have the sunrise in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be happier here.
Now, with the water right there, as we pointed out in the video, is there any access from this neighborhood to the water?
Indeed, yeah. So there's a number of spots. I'm blessed to know the neighbors here. Like I said, it's a very tight-knit community, so I usually go to his beach, down on his dock.
We'll check out his dock later.
We will, but there is public access. If you go down on Bayview to the right, there's 2 spots to get in that are deeded beach rights to the neighborhoods.
Gotcha. So plenty of kids in the neighborhood, great school system, access to the water. Is there any negatives that stand out to you outside? I mean, I mentioned the roads. I don't know your opinion on the roads, but what do you think of East and West Main Road?
Yeah, so I'm not happy, obviously, with the speed at which visitors typically travel. I think residents do well to obey the speed limits. But as you mentioned, Newport's right over here, so very heavily visited. And taxes, right? We pay for this. I mean, it's a good school system. These things, you have to expect these things.
We're going to tell you the good and the bad and the ugly. We told you.
The
so
taxes are the
what is the taxes on a, this is your property behind
Correct,
you. What are your taxes?
Just about 11,000.
About 11,000.
Yeah.
Okay, which is still
so important to budget for that if you're looking from a financial perspective.
Yeah, especially from the lending side. A lot of people just look at the mortgage payment. They're not figuring the insurance. They're not figuring the taxes.
Correct.
Right?
Nice that we have hills, so we're not in a flood zone technically.
Yeah. Any issues with water and any known homes
none
around here?
whatsoever, no.
Because everything's running off.
Correct.
Right. So,
well done.
Okay. Well, so you got high taxes, but again, the benefit to that is, right, great school system.
And you get what you pay for. The school systems are top notch.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier.
Absolutely. Any other little nuances or highlights that you could give somebody if they were buying in this neighborhood? Anything that would maybe unique or anything else outside of what we said?
Absolutely. So, you know, Portsmouth has a rich history. It dates back to the compact of 1638.
Wow.
And so if you're a historical buff, you know, there's no shortage of historical sites. But as you know, Devin, we have beaches, we have vineyards, golf courses, marinas.
Yeah.
There's all, you know, whether you're looking to start a family and raise a family, I think, or, you know, settle into retirement, it's an exciting place to live.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with a few more questions.
Yeah, fire
What
away.
is your favorite thing to do in Portsmouth?
So my favorite thing to do is to go fishing. I like to fish.
Where do you go?
So usually out on my friend's boat here.
Right out on the rock.
But Newport's close. So last night we were on the Rhode Island Bridge.
Okay.
And the squid were running nicely. We got about half a dozen squid and a couple of herring.
So your favorite thing to do is fish?
I like to fish.
Okay, now let's ask what your favorite restaurant is in Portsmouth.
Now that's a tough one.
I mean, mine's Fieldstones. I'm a big Fieldstones
Fieldstones is
guy.
classic, so you can't go wrong with
Yeah.
Fieldstones. With the two kids, we don't go out to restaurants often. If we are going to restaurants, it's to Newport. We love Bowen Steakhouse.
Yep.
41 North. So we do a lot of takeout because my children can be unruly at that age.
I just had a newborn, so I know what that means.
And it
It's
doesn't
crazy.
get easier, but we get better at it, right? Raising these kids.
It's well said.
So we do a lot of takeout. I love Rocco's Pizza. If you're looking for like a New York style pizza,
Yeah, they have good pizza.
delicious. Martino's over here is good.
Yep.
There's a great Asian restaurant, Mindy's, which we'll go to once in a while.
Okay,
which is
awesome.
right down off East Main.
Yeah. So, all right, there you have it. Some of the highlights, some of the things you should be doing, places to eat. If you're looking for any more information here in Rhode Island, especially the River Hylands neighborhood, make sure to reach out to Jason and I. We'll have all of our contact information in the description below.